I often say that it is better to work on yourself more than you work on anything else. In my opinion, if you work hard on the job and work less on yourself, there is no balance, which is not a good strategy. Work hard in every aspect of your life, but prioritize your personal development over others. Work hard on yourself as much as or even more than anything else. This way, you'll be able to have your feet in and outside the job, more like all angles of your life. That is a balanced and quality life. Come on, let's talk about this. Hello, you're listening to Tribe and Soul podcast. I'm your host, Theodora Nadi. I'm an entrepreneur, a researcher, and of course, a digital content creator. My mission is to help goal and growth-oriented persons like you break your barriers so that we can thrive and sell together. Life is about growing and changing, and you get to see your life evolve positively. If yes, then this is the right space for you. This is the space for you to improve your life and transform your personality. Join me on this journey of becoming the best version of ourselves, and I will support and empower you every step of it so that we can win together. Let's move. There are lots of opinions on what personal development means. Sometimes you may hear words like personal growth, self-improvement, self-development, personal empowerment, and so many others used interchangeably. One thing I can't say for a fact is if a tangible difference exists between those words, but I know for sure there is a common person, a thing, and a goal considered in these words. These words involve you as the key person, and the end goal is to get better. They all involve a positive shift from your current state or a positive advancement in your life. They involve propelling yourself. While all those words may have something in common and are often heard when you listen to discussions about becoming the best version of yourself, I like to view personal development as the main umbrella or the main process that encompasses every other process. I like to think of personal development as a process that considers self-empowerment to bring self-growth or improvement. In other words, it is a process that involves making several efforts and taking actions to achieve a positive outcome. These efforts or actions, in my opinion, are what I take as personal empowerment. And the positive outcome is what I take as self-growth or self-improvement. All those things are one. Looking at it all, they are one. And I don't think they can exist alone. Each one will still find a way to link to another. And so when it comes to personal development, it is a continuous process and happens throughout a lifetime. So to ensure this process doesn't stop at any point, you have to start and continue the underground job. So this underground job is what I call working on yourself. You can't be talking about becoming a better version of yourself and not consider the idea of working on yourself. The best version of yourself is not some manna that will miraculously fall from heaven, right? It is a desire, it is an aspiration that requires you to put in the effort to achieve an outcome. So working on oneself, working on yourself entails a lot. And other than the fact that it doesn't come with a paycheck, I would have said it is a full-time job that doesn't have a retirement period, right? There are various aspects of your life you can work on. When you start talking about working on your life, you can work on your attitude, you can work on your skills, you can work on your relationship with people or your spirituality. You can work on anything as long as it improves your life or contributes to your growth. Why you may think it is okay where you are, personal development is always needed here. So that is, you just do not have to relax where you are now because personal development is a necessity, is a life necessity. If not for anything, because the world is evolving and you're developing biologically and physically too. So you cannot control these changes, and so you can't stop them. All you have to do is advance in other aspects within your control to live up to these uncontrollable ones. That is why I just said personal development is a necessity. So how do you advance in the other aspects? So I have 5 steps laid out, and I usually suggest that you follow these steps if you wish to see tangible growth in any area of your life. And so what are these 5 steps to take? We have analyze. So this step involves knowing your motivations, knowing your weaknesses, your strengths, attitude, beliefs, and principle, and identifying which needs improvement. The next step is determining your goals and objectives. This step involves determining what you want to achieve. What do you want to achieve? What is the positive outcome you're looking forward to? And the possible actions you need to take to achieve a tangible result. And the next step is taking action. This is the most important part of the personal development process because this is what determines your outcome. This step is when your intentions become action. Here you make every possible effort to ensure that you advance or see an improvement. The next step is you evaluate your results. In this step, you weigh your outcome to discover if it is your desired level. So if the outcome, you have to check if the outcome influenced other aspects of your life, positively or negatively. Is there anything you may wish to learn, probably unlearn or relearn? You evaluate your advancement against your previous stance. So you have to evaluate where you are now and where you used to be to see how far you've come and to see if you need to make some changes or you need to make some adjustments. So the next step is you have to maintain or you continue to improve the result. You'll be thinking if this step is necessary since you've achieved your results. But trust me, this step is as important as taking actions because if you fail to nurture and maintain your results, you may fall back to where you started. Although I believe pleasing results have a special way of compelling one to maintain that result or improve more. Yeah, I'm very sure of this. Regardless, realizing that you're falling short in an attained level isn't one of the best feelings you would want to experience. Therefore, it is best that you avoid anything that will fuel a relapse, especially if it is intentional. Right? Yeah. So for every discussion or suggestion I put out here, I usually ensure that it comes from a place of experience and tangible results. And this discussion is not an exception. So I would like to use my experience to explain further. Like I said before, personal development is a lifelong process. So at every point in my life, I've had to take certain actions to improve various aspects of my life. So some time ago, I realized that my time management skills had become poor, very poor. The productivity level was low and the burnout was high. Initially, it was all good and everything was under control, but over time, I think because responsibilities increased, the time management skill wasn't effective again. So I needed to improve that skill for a better quality, for a more quality life, right? So, and I was saddled with the desire to do something about it. So I went ahead to analyze my activities and how each one interferes with another. This analysis gave me a hint on how I was going to take actions. The goal was to ensure that I achieved every milestone without interfering with my free time or days, because those free times those are the moments I need to do other things outside work. And then when I can meet up with my deliverables and then I'm caught up with doing those on my free day, it doesn't make sense. It practically affects the quality of my life. So I wrote down what a typical day looks like and possible unforeseen activities that may interfere with the main one. I rescheduled and placed those activities so that weekly milestones will be achieved optimally without burnout and interference with my free time. After scheduling and planning, I got into action. I put in the effort. I think the spectacular things I did were carving out a focused time and preventing unnecessary interference during this period. Yeah, this was what I did that worked for me. By canceling them, I avoid sharing my limited time between important and less important activities. This gave me ample time for the actual things or responsibilities that determines my productivity. Well, initially, okay, it didn't give me the expected results immediately, but over time, I became accustomed to the new plans and started enjoying the results. Now, because I achieved my desired result and feel so happy about it, I'm conscious not to slip off and go back to the old schedule that yielded less and still resulted in burnout. I want to point out that while I was working towards improving my time management skills, I had looked for ways to do that. I've read articles on that and listened to audio and video discussions. While I picked ideas from all these resources, one thing helped me pull through. It was determination. Determination will make you start the process and put in the effort. You may aspire and desire all you can. You can wish for anything you want. But if you lack determination and willingness to achieve the results, you may see yourself cycling around one undesirable thing for a long time. That is, no determination, no effort or action, and no growth or improvement. Remember, you have to see an evolving you to see a better you. Thank you for listening to this episode of Thrive and Sell podcast. I want you to remember that we've hoped, we've coped, and we do not just want to survive. We want to reach for the stars. We want to thrive and sell because it is our birthright. We've got this, and God got us. Whether we've become the best version of ourselves or we're still working towards being the best version of ourselves, what matters is that best is the common word here, and we have that word in mind. So join me in a toast to the best version of us. I hope that I've been able to impact your life through this episode. Please be sure to subscribe so that I'll be motivated to join you again. And if you appreciate the show, please give us some stars. Thank you.